This. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, everybody. So glad to see everybody here today. Roberto and I are here to welcome you to Apparel Masterminds number 2, class number 2. We are going to go over a lot of topics today, but first I want to share with you something that I'm very proud of. Probably some of you have seen it already on Facebook, but I'm going to share this with you so that you know that I guess we're professional. So, all right. So here we are. Okay, wait. You have to allow me to share the screen. Roberto, you gotta let me share the screen. Huh? Okay. Oh, wait a minute.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, Colton. Hi, Steffi.
Hi.
We're echoing again.
Buddy again.
Because you're on.
Last month we talked about marketing, we talked about pricing, we talked about design. We went into the back end a little bit to show you guys how to create and how to do certain things on the store. So we're going to briefly go over that stuff again. And we're also going to talk about designing. We're going to have Stephanie talk a little bit about the design that goes on your t-shirt, the position of it, the type of style of design, and she's going to tell you a little bit about it. And because we're talking about, bottom line is we're talking about what's going to sell on a t-shirt, because we're all here to get our message across, our designs across, our vibe across, and to have people buy from us on the web stores. The beginning of the year is usually very, very slow when it comes to online apparel sales. So I don't want anybody to be disappointed, to think that their work isn't selling. We do always have to market. And if you look at the big guys are always marketing. You wonder, like, you know, you go into Target, they're always busy. You go into Publix grocery store, they're always busy. There's a gas station on every single corner. Well, they're always marketing, and you'd think in your head maybe that they don't need to do that, but those are the people that have the commercials, that have, you know, they're in your face all the time, and they're making money and they have customers, but they're still marketing, because once you're out of somebody's sight, they don't remember you anymore. And you got to be a constant, whether you're selling or not, whether people are buying or not. If they recognize your brand and your look and your logo and your style, people are automatically going to feel a trust with you, and they're going to feel that they know you and that they like you, whether they've had any contact with you or not. So it's important to keep on plugging, keep on marketing, whether you're getting the sales or not. Just keep on doing it. So I'm glad that Mariah is on, because they've had a store. She has the Heal the Planet store. She's had the store for a while, and she's ramping up her, I guess you might just want to say, the output of the store, getting people to go to the store and buy. She's using Google ads also. And it's just something that takes a long time. It just takes a while to do. And you got to just keep on doing it. So I think that it's important to start from the very beginning, and let's talk about why you have a store. What is your purpose? The reason for a store could be an artist, like Janet's an artist, and the more people that have her design, the more popular she'll be. So she probably, I'm just going to give you some tips, Janet. You probably have had showings, and there may be a mailing list for the showings. So that would be a good, angle for you to reach out to those people that have attended your showings or your exhibits, and try to reach out to them and send them an email to go to your store. I think that everybody should have a separate Facebook page for their store, for their business. I know Lori has a couple of Facebook pages, and both Lori A has a couple of Facebook pages, and she gets out across the country with her message, make our school safe. Stephanie has her own personal Facebook page, and she has 9 gazillion friends. So her friends are the ones that are buying from her, and then friends of friends. And I know that sometimes it's hard to manage 2 Facebook accounts or 2 Instagram accounts, but you are your brand. So put stuff on your personal page and put stuff on your business page. And with the business pages, you have other options to be able to link certain products and do certain things with business pages that you don't have with a personal page. I know that Facebook is always trying to do more, and they're coming out with another round of business opportunities for products where you can click on the link and go and buy the products. So knowing in your mind who you are and what you do is really important. It's really important to get a clarity on what you're doing and why you're doing it, first off. And it may not be, you may not have it complete, and that's okay, but you start out why you're doing it and what you're doing it. Anything that you focus on, you will do well at, but you have to focus on it. And if you put your energy and effort into it, it will grow. It's like a flower. You have to water the flower. If you don't water the flower, you know, some people will just go buy another flower. But if you keep on watering it, it will grow. So you put your energy and effort into it, and you will see results. You will see results. I know it. I know it. And I know that all of you guys on here have talent. You have a mission. You have a desire, and it will happen. So the other thing I want you to think about is, if you have a mission, what is the problem you're trying to solve? What is the case you're trying to solve? What are you trying to get across to people? What are your goals and your ideals for your store? And it could just be having a brand that you feel comfortable wearing, not wearing these clothes. It could be the mission. It could be a motive. It could be a message. So what is your opportunity? What are you trying to solve? What are you trying to get across to people? That is actually a little bit different than your reason. It's actually a twofold. It's part of that. It's part of that same thought process, but it's twofold. So getting your thoughts clear, that's very helpful. Plus, it helps with your niche. Who are you marketing to? Who is your target audience? Who is going to wear your garments? Who is going to buy your tote bags? Who is going to buy your hats? And it may not be that person, because that person may be buying it for a gift for somebody, but it helps you to get to that mission. Let's say that you are going to sell something. Let's say you want to sell to the parents of people in the military. You may not be selling to the military directly, but you want to sell to their family members. So that is a whole wide range of people. And it's not, so it's kind of like, you know, the hairdresser knows everything. So who's a better psychologist, a psychologist or your hairdresser? So there's different people that are associated with different messages that you're trying to get across. Okay, does anybody have any comments, questions? Anybody want to chime in with any information? Oh, here's Gum. Let Gum in. Okay. Hi, Gum. I hope you weren't waiting there too long while I was yakking.
I think they need to be.
Okay, you need to be in. Okay.
No, I'm muted.
Oh, okay. Unmute. Okay. Yeah, I think she's unmuted. Okay. All right.
Connecting to
She's
audio,
connecting to audio. Okay. All right. Okay, so while Gum is logging on, because Gum actually has 2 stores with us. Okay. So does anybody have any comments, or anybody have any questions? Or you can unmute yourself and talk if you want. Okay, no questions. Okay, all right. It's all me. It's all me yakking. Okay, all right. one thing that I want from everybody who hasn't given me this so far is I want to put your story in. I want an about page. I want something that is compelling, something that is interesting, something that speaks to your audience on who you are and what your mission is with your store. Number one, because of course it's relatable to your customer. It is important for SEO purposes. If somebody Googles you, you know that your name in there is important. And it's not just telling your story, it's allowing us to share your story. So it's okay, we're getting another joinee in here. I think that's okay. Hello there. So it's sharing your story is, I think it's more important than just telling your story. And if you give me the information, if you give us the words, if you allow us to add that to your stores, we can rewrite it with you. We can help you. We'll put our own, our personal touch on it. Roberto will look it over for keywords, and that will also help with the stores, with people getting to your store and feeling, that they want to buy from you. That, so it's your brand, and it's your look, and it's who you are, and it is why people are going to buy from your store as opposed to another store. Everybody wears t-shirts. Everybody wears clothing. Everybody wears a hat. Everyone carries a bag. Everybody has something on them that you guys have in your store. And it's getting to these people, which is what our biggest challenge is. It's my challenge and it's your challenge, and we're all in the same boat together. So, that's what it is. All right. Thinking about these things, though, are really going to help you push your mission with your brand. And most of the people that are on the call today you are a brand. It is your design, it's your ideas, it's your funny sayings, it's your meaningful sayings, it's your purpose, and you're getting your message across to the consumers, to your friends, your family, to everybody that is in your demographic of your store. Okay. I'm going to ask, does anybody have anything they want to say? I don't want to talk too much and people feel that they can't interact. I'd like some interaction with everybody. Okay. So let's have Stephanie, while Colton is quiet, let's have Steffi get on and talk about our first topic that I want to talk about, which is the design and layout and artwork, the best way to present. Okay, come on, Steph.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
So I have actually been helping out, which I think that this idea has been a fantastic idea with Gum with one of her sites. So she has she's been putting on her site ideas for designs. Like, she's been giving me wording, and then I've been going in and kind of revamping and seeing what I can change, what wording to put where, kind of thing. That's helped us a lot with designing. So I've been going in, so I go in and I kind of change the fonts, I change the way that it's laid out on some of her things, but she's been giving me the ideas, which is fantastic because we're designers. We want to help you sell. So for people who have artwork as their designs, that's what's on your site, is all the different artwork. But if you want sayings and, just pictures and stuff like that, since we do this all the time, we're here to help you. So if you need any help with that, please reach out to us and say, hey, this is what I like, but I don't know where to put this stuff. since we do it every day, let us help you. That's part of the good thing with all of us working together with this.
I'm going to show Gum's store here.
Okay. And also when it comes to designing shirts, look and see what people are wearing. Look and see, you know, when you go into the stores, when you go into Target, Walmart, you know, and anywhere, you know, Macy's, when you're, or if you're searching online, look at how they have the different layouts. Look at how they have placement. I've noticed lately, or the past, at least I want to say 3 years or so, it seems like the more simple shirts are what's popular. So if it's just like a couple words on a shirt with a bold font, or, you know, it's just a picture, the more detailed haven't been as popular, like the shirts that are like, oh, what is that one? Tap out, that are just like all over the place.
Right.
You don't really see those anymore. You see just like what you're wearing, Mom, how it just has the Apparel Masterminds.
Right. Can everybody see that? Can everybody see this store here? Can you all see this?
No, it has your Spotify.
It's my Spotify?
Yeah.
Ooh, why do you see that? Okay.
I don't know, but you were listening to Last Christmas by Wham? Late, Mom.
Probably. Okay. Yeah. Wait, why can't you see? Wait, what's going on here? How do I get let me get that out. Okay.
Stop sharing.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. No, but I wanted to show.
Just share screen.
Yeah, but it was showing my Spotify stuff.
No, but share screen and then.
Okay, here we go. Okay, can you see this? All right, you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what Steffi was saying is that, like, say this mugshot, it's very simple. So Gum went into the back end and she was able to load designs, and then Stephanie went in and changed it because of our graphic ability that we have here, that Gum has certain amount of graphic ability, but then we need something with a transparent background. And so then we went in and changed it, but it gives us the information first. So then Stephanie has the ability to come up with the design for it, or to just, you know, how to change it and how to center it, whatever, for a shirt. So we want you guys to give us your designs, give us your ideas. But you know, we're not psychic as far as like what you want on it, unless you want to come in and sit with us, which is fine too. But this let Gum be creative and add all of her stuff, and then she was able to have the store up and running. So the store's up and running now. So she sat up probably all night long and was working on it and gave us that information so that we were able to do it. So, okay, Steffi, I know I would like you to kind of talk about the positioning and the design of because sometimes we get artwork in that isn't really proportioned for a shirt.
Well, it depends on where you're putting the placement of your images. So you have to keep in mind when you're making, let's say, a left chest image. So the left chest images, we typically don't go any bigger than 4 inches wide. And that is the biggest. That is usually, if a logo is like short, then we'll go 4 inches wide, because you sometimes have fonts that it's just like one, it's like a line, and you have to, so that you can see it. We just did a logo or 2 logos that were like circles, or like one was like a triangle, and the biggest we could make that was 3 inches. So you have to keep in mind how detailed things are for like a left chest image. When it comes to, now I'm not gonna lie, I have on my site, because I thought it was just kind of funky looking, that I made like a left chest area, but I made it like 6 inches wide, because I just wanted to be bigger and be different. If you want to do that, that is perfectly fine. And we're happy to help you do that, test it out, see if you like it, that kind of thing. When it comes to a full front image, on a lady shirt, you don't want to go any more than like 8 inches wide.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the lady shirts, they're lower cut, you have the scoop, and you know, you don't want the imprint going under their armpits. So you want to make sure that you don't have too wide of an image for a lady's shirt, because you also have to take into consideration, which I sometimes have to ask that awkward question of, what size is this area? So we know how big to imprint, or, you know, the stretchability of the imprint method. So if we're doing vinyl or something like that, you don't want it to look awkward or to go underneath, you know, a lady's chest kind of thing for your image. So you have to really think of a little more of not just, I like this, I'm putting it on a shirt, I'm gonna throw it on a shirt. You have to really kind of go a little bit deeper into it. If it's a guy's shirt, you know, or a unisex shirt, you can typically put almost anything on there and you're fine. But when it comes to designing things for ladies, it's very, very different.
Right. Some people actually stay away from designing women's wear because of that reason. And that's a big thing. Women's apparel tends to run, in the t-shirt world, tends to run smaller, and then the sizing states. We do have some issues with that, but that is something that we work on and try to find apparel that is really going to be comfortable and fit everybody. Thanks.
Well, keep in mind the shirts that we have. So we have Next Level and Bella Canvas. Those do for the lady shirts, they tend to run small. When you have the Port & Company, which is, if you type into your search bar when you're searching for garments and you're under ladies, LPC. So LPC, those are extra small through 4X. And those 2 shirts, I think we have 2 or 3 shirts on there for the LPCs. Those are the ladies style shirts. So those shirts, one is a V-neck. It comes down to probably about here. The sleeves are a little longer and the shirt is a little longer. So we actually use that shirt for teachers. So it is school appropriate. So just keep that in mind, so it's not like going to be like a deep cut shirt or anything like that, but that is a ladies fit shirt, not junior fit.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. Does anybody have any questions for Steffi? Any comments, questions? Raise your hand, speak up now or forever hold your peas. Okay. All right. Another thing, I'm going to go back and forth from marketing to the store, and we will go on to the back end of the store, and we'll use Stephanie's store as the example. If you take, let me just throw this back in. Gum's mug store. So she really doesn't have to worry about sizes of shirts on just mugging, because it's just mugs. So I guess it's how much coffee you're going to drink, how much tea you're going to drink. So not every product obviously has sizes, and it's always good to have on your store other items available, because somebody might want to buy something for somebody as a gift and they don't know what size they are, and they just want it to be unisex, or they want to pair it with a shirt. So it's always good to allow on your store items that are not sized items, other things also. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes as designers, decorators, we have on our mind like one thing we want to sell, and it's not just what you want, but it's what other people want as well. It's hard to think of that sometimes, but we have to think about what other people are going to sell, are going to buy, and also it's bringing more people to your store. Okay, so if you're a designer and you have a brand, one thing that I think is kind of cool to do is to look at your competition, look at somebody you admire, look at another designer, another artist, somebody else that's selling something, and see what they're doing, how they're marketing it, and kind of like, copy their ideas. I mean, they probably copied somebody else's ideas. Everything has been done before in this world. And it's always kind of neat when you look at what other people are doing and you use them as an example. And it could help. That's helped me. And it's also brought me to where I've become friends even with our competition, because I always reach out to people. I look at what they're doing. I call them up sometimes and they answer the phone. So when you develop a relationship with your competitor or your idol or somebody that you are trying to copy, sometimes that, you can even collaborate with them, which is a neat thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to bring Roberto on, and he is going to talk about SEO. Probably it's 11:30. So we're going to talk about SEO for a little bit, and then I'm going to go into the stores and I'm going to show you tips and tricks and ideas on your stores. Okay, take it away, Roberto.
All right. Now, let's see if we can connect
Okay.
properly.
What's that?
I think we're gonna have an echo.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna major echo. So I don't know if you can hear me or see me.
Can you hear?
Not.
Can you hear Roberto? You can't see him.
Can you mute your mic?
Yes.
So let me unmute my. Yeah, I think next time we just have.
Okay.
Roberto, you have two different things signed on. So you probably have to sign off your other one or mute your other one, your other screen, and then unmute the one that you and my mom are on.
And even if it's muted, you have to turn the sound down if you're in the same room on the one that's muted. Otherwise it bounces.
So maybe now, if people can hear it.
Okay. Can you hear? Okay, they can hear you. Okay.
All right. So let me see if you can see my screen. I need you to make me host so I can share my screen.
Okay. How do I do that again?
All right.
Okay, good.
Thank you. All right. Can everybody see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen.
Okay.
Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. So basically, let's back up a little bit because just to recap what Meryl was saying, which is very strong, okay? And I want to make everything like a cohesive thought just so that everything makes sense, right? So SEO, there's a lot of things that I'm going to debunk and people are going to be like, oh, and I've been in a lot of masterminds and have plenty of years experience and work on many different agencies and many SEO gurus try to make this like almost like a magical thing that happens, but it's nothing more than a clear message target to the right people. And that's really what marketing is, right? If you, the 3-step formula for success is to create great products, your brand, your message, put it in front of the right people and give them a good reason to buy, okay? Now, how SEO connects to everything? Because your message, your website, your social, everything has to have the right message. And the right message just start with a clear message, okay? So whatever is it that you're selling, just sell it in a way that is clear to the person who's listening to it. And that's actually gonna help on your marketing, on your SEO, on your social media and everything else, because you're attracting, by being clear, you're attracting the right type of person, the right type of prospect, okay? Now, social media content framework, okay? I'm gonna deviate a little bit so I can come back to SEO. to SEO because this was also part. Okay, so when doing social media, okay, and when doing SEO altogether, right? The best way to select your topic or to create a social media content strategy, right? Many people, like in this particular case, I selected a high school sport team because I know Merrill has a lot of high school programs, you know, teams that they use the stores. So in their case, they're not gonna just be talking about football team and Coral Springs football, because yes, that's what they do, but who they're talking to, it's important because what they wanna hear. Okay, so they are in fact a school team, right? As a sports school team, but the topics that they show on their social media has to be related to what they're involved on. You know, like if they're athletes, because most of the kids on their team are going to be athletes, then you talk about health and you post like what's the best top 5 items or 5 breakfasts for a teenage athlete. You know, you talk about food, you talk about sports safety, family and friendships. You know, how to, especially with this COVID crazy world that we lived on, you know, that we're living through. How can you keep friends on these COVID times, especially for teenagers? You know, there's all kinds of personalities. So that's what has to be on your social media. Don't just focus into sports, but almost type of a little bit broader, but always tying back to what your main message is. You know, so it's kind of like your ecosystem. Okay. Now, the three ways to research, right? The ones that I recommend. I use like 20, and sometimes, you know, I know good content writers that, I mean, they're journalists, so they have their own system, but this is what I recommend to all of my clients, and especially those that want to do themselves. So, I mean, everything starts with Google, right? But Google not only as a search engine, but also as a news center, okay? And give me 1 second. So when you start, and for this, I'm gonna use Memento Mori, okay? So Memento Mori as a search, but instead of going into the regular search, I'm gonna go into news and then see what are news that are related to it. So if I'm producing content for Memento Mori, here's a lot of topics that Memento Mori can be talking about, okay? Because everything is relatable, you know, and not necessarily you're gonna just get the content and just copy paste this into your page, but actually go through it, see what the point is, you know.
So what do they do with that, Roberto, when they see that? What
Uh,
when they
they give them ideas as to what to write on their own blog and what to write on their social media.
Okay.
So because one, and if you write about this on your blog, reference them, right? Because that gives a sense of you're timely, because it's happening right now. There's a news. Google already picked up a news about this topic, and you're just echoing that, but in your own words, to almost like integrate your company and your sense, your message into it. Okay.
So that would be good for something like Memento Mori or Make Our School Safe. But let's say we have an artist, or we have I mean, and for Heal the Planet, that would be great. So because Heal the Planet is for, you know, probably it's a million topics. But let's say Janice arts, you know, she's an artist. So what would she Google in news and look for SEO?
Give me a keyword. Give me, what is it about?
Okay, so paint. So Janet, what your paintings? You have a certain name for them. What is the way you paint?
Well, I call them biomorphic, but they're abstract.
Biomorphic.
Yeah, but they're abstracts, is what they are.
Abstract, biomorphic, abstract.
Abstract art.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, all right. So there's There's a lot of different things
Yeah, a
about
lot of stuff
abstract
there.
art.
Okay. there's a lot
And
of stuff.
so she can go and pick up the ones that she would like to talk about, and then just mimic what they're saying, or actually one of the best things that works for creating your own voice is just give your opinion about this news, right? So if you find that this is interesting, but you agree or disagree, then you mention this and you agree or disagree with the article itself, but you're giving your own opinion. You're just not copying this link and posting it on your social media or creating a blog around it.
So you're
right?
saying to go on there and add a comment.
No, create a blog post or create a post about this, voicing your comment about it, your opinion on it.
Okay, got it. Does everybody understand that? Do you have any questions or this is because this is huge to be able to have this information to be able to do something like that. I'm learning. Thank you. I'm learning.
Excellent.
Okay.
So there are multiple different sources, right? One of them is Quora. Quora is a page that you can, let's say that abstract art, right? So here's another source to get content or content ideas per se, okay? Because Quora is the one place that you can go and ask 3 zillion questions, and people like me, I'm actually an editor on Quora, so I get questions all the time, and I get pinged to answer them. So I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. Obviously, I answer things related to SEO and social media and things like that, right? But you can ask everything, and once you start a search here, then you can go ahead and go through the questions that already being asked about this topic. And then again, this might trigger an idea for a blog post or a social media post, because everything doesn't know everything. Not everyone knows everything that is happening, and the way to find out about it, it just takes 2 minutes. It's searching your main keyword, and here's actually a big point to what social media and SEO is, right? You shouldn't take when people work on social media, they're always on Facebook, Twitter, and all these social media, but you're consuming rather than creating, right? So many people say, oh no, I'm doing research, because you're visiting and you're reading everything that's happening. But in reality, people that I know that do social media full time, they spend an hour or 2 tops on the page they manage. Why? Because they're doing research most of the time, and they're producing the content to post, not rather than consume the content that is in social media. They're researching, they're writing, they're searching in order to go and schedule. And believe it or not, most of the social media managers, they only enter your website once or twice, and that's just only to schedule. They don't, unless they're getting, like, part of the scope is to actually manage the comments, right? Then they won't see your site for an hour or 2 a month, right? Because that's what they do. They analyze, they research, they create a calendar, and they go ahead and produce all the content and then just schedule it out. And that's what you should be doing too. If you want to take 1 day out of the month to research topics, to create a list of 10 things that you want to post, then you create 10 different Google Sheets, you put them in there, and then either you know how to schedule it or you don't, then you come back to that sheet where you have all the content, and then you publish 1 week, the next week, and the next week. But it took you 2-3 hours of work researching and writing about it, right? It's not that you're going to spend the whole month looking at what everything happens in social media, because that's the worst thing that you can do.
Does anybody have any questions or comments for Roberto? You can raise your hand or just speak up, say something. Okay, so.
Okay, and this one.
Let's talk about blogs. So where?
Wait.
Okay.
But this ties down directly to blogs, because most of the people say, oh, what do I write about? Well, write about what others are writing about, and just voice your opinion about that article that somebody already posted that is actually very trendy, right? So this is the last source that I'm going to give you, right? So like Memento Mori, right? And this actually is a very good tool, okay? I've seen writers use it all the time. And this is one of the reasons why, because when you look at the term that you're searching, right, that we're going to call keyword, right? Now it gives you a mind map of everything that you can write that is related to. And now this could be, any of these could be a topic for a blog post.
A year's worth of blogs right there.
Exactly.
Right, right.
You know, so you can start with this, then start searching for each individual of this on news and on the other source that I gave you. So now you have 15 topics that you can create throughout the month, you know, and then you schedule it out and boom, that's your blogging and your social media. That doesn't have to be more difficult than that. Okay. So it's very important how specific you are.
Rory needs to be let back in.
Okay. All right. So now I'm just giving examples of the 3 sources that I mentioned, which I just did, right? So get down to business, not business. And this is what I was talking about, you know, do the research, plan out your content, schedule it out. If you don't know how to schedule it out, right? Which actually I do give a tool. You can sign up with Hootsuite, right? So 2 hours, and this is the 8-hour monthly social media strategy, right? 2 hours of research, 4 hours of content creation, 1 hour scheduling, and 1 hour engaging. That's actually, if you hire any agency, that's pretty much what they're offering you, right? But then why not do it yourself, right? Because you have a much greater understanding of what the topic is, and you know what your audience is.
Which is huge.
So you can go ahead.
Repeat that, please, that what you just said.
You have a much better understanding of what your audience and your target is and your business.
Right.
Right.
Then if you give it to somebody else to do.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And believe it or not, most of the agencies that I've been with mom and pops agencies that we focus on to small businesses, to agencies that work with 500 companies, right? And they all have the same structure. First of all, we are good at what we do, but we are not better than you at your business. So the first starting point of any agency, whenever you hire somebody to do anything for you, is us learning what you do. Okay. So if you've been exposed to agency and hire one, right? The first thing they do is an onboarding process, which basically is a series of interviews to learn about your target, your keywords, your audience, your processes, your product, services, and everything else, so that we best can utilize the processes that we know about in order to portray that or help you rank for something that is important to you, right? So, but then again, this is the 8-hour monthly social media strategy, right? Which most agencies use. Copy it, use it for your own advantage, or train somebody in your company to do the same, right? So 2 hours of research using the sources that I gave you. Now you have to copy that and create blog, create the post, use Google Sheets, use Google Documents in order to do all this, right? And I recommend Google Documents because if you need to share it, there's not that back and forth of, oh, this is version 1.4 and this is version, so I send it to somebody else and they are gonna make one correction and then they have to send me back their content. And now I have two files, which is the one that I send and the one that I receive. You know, when you do everything through Google Docs, the one document that I share with you, you can make as many changes as you want. I make the same changes. And even if you go online, you can see what the other person is working on. Okay. So it's real time. Okay. So there's no confusion as to what was the last thing that you worked on. Send me that file. Let me send you my file and all that, which is nonsense. And it's just too much back and forth.
Does everybody know does everybody use Google Docs? It's a really remarkable tool.
Yeah. So if I were to create a Google Doc, right, and I call it this, so I just created this, right? So Apparel Mastermind keyword research. If I were to share with Meryl this document, she's gonna see the exact same thing, and whatever she adds to this, I'm gonna be see it online on real time. So there's not, send me the Excel, no, I did changes, let me send you my Excel and all that craziness that just is way too much time spending on just back and forth, okay? So that's a 8-hour schedule, okay? Now we're going into the SEO, that's the keywords.
Can we go back to the blog for a second? Let's tell them how they can have a blog, because our blog is on WordPress. That's on Make a Tea Online.
Oh.
And then we link that to Make a Tea Online. Memento Mori's store, we actually created pages for her blog. So I think that's actually better for the site, because the site gets more traction the more pages. So you can link, you can have a blog elsewhere, you can have it on any site, and we can actually add that for you as a tab in your menu bar, or you can add pages onto the store. So if you click on Memento Mori, you go to her blog, which is at the top. Yeah. So we have each one as a different page.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, I think that that's great.
Yeah, so let me back up a minute. I want to really know if anybody has any questions right now. Because for me, this is second nature and I can talk about this all day, but obviously I don't have 4 hours. So I want to give you as much information as is useful to you, because there's a trillion million emails about keywords and things like that on the internet, but I want to give you useful information. Okay, things that you can implement today. So does anybody have any questions?
Does anybody have any questions for Roberto, or want to make any comments about if they've done something before or what they're doing? Or no? Are we all good? Everybody good? Okay, to continue. Okay.
All right. So in Memento Mori's case, right, all the information that we did the research for, right, all these topics could be a blog post that she can implement here, okay? So, and that's where you are actually going to put him. Now, in her case, right, because, and actually she found a very good way to implement something that Deco Network is not good at, okay, because they don't have a blog, okay? They're not, essentially, they're not a blog platform. They are a e-commerce platform.
Which is what our stores are built on, that software.
Exactly. So what she did was to create a page, an additional page to her store and write a blog post and just present it as a blog, rather than having to connect to a different platform and do all these, workarounds, because Deco Network doesn't have them. So what she does is, right, if you're in your back end, here's where she created one page, which is called blog, right? And so this is the one page that she created, right? And then she created another page that attached to the first one, that is blog 2, blog 3, blog 4, and blog 5, okay? I hope that makes sense. The content, in this original particular case, she wrote about a particular topic, but I'm not, right. So she went ahead and talked about the history behind, right, Memento Mori, which is perfect, because the one thing that we need to understand about blogging, right, is about why would Google would actually show our website, because it's definitely not because of the t-shirts. Okay, let me tell you that right now. Okay, because there's a million ways and a million websites that already sell t-shirts, but the information that you give and you put and you present to the public, Google is going to evaluate your page and it's going to say, is this useful or not? Do I want to send people here or not? And then it's going to rank you based on the relevance for the searches that people are doing on their site. Okay. In other words, let me see if I can give you a concrete example. Okay. So everything starts on Google. So if I were to do Memento Mori history, right? And her blog post, right, is about the history. Now, I want to know how many pages there are written about this topic, which are 3,980,000.
Wow.
Okay. So we have some music. Okay. So imagine why would Google would give you number one among the 3 million something pages. It has to be because it's on queue, and you can tell right off the top, the one that is ranking number one is Wikipedia, because it has every single piece of information about Memento Mori, right? So this makes it the highest relevance page about this, right? So people can tell me, okay, I'm not gonna outrank Wikipedia, okay? Yes, and I agree. Most people are never gonna outrank most of the most important pages. But going back to your store as a store, why would Google give you more relevance to your topic by you creating blog posts? Is because the blog posts that you create around your product increases the relevance to your product. Okay, let me repeat that. The blog posts and the content you create around your product gives Google a better idea, a clear idea, and the relevance, and increases the relevance of your product on Google. You see what I'm saying? So if you have Memento Mori, and obviously that is she's not selling a t-shirt, she's selling Memento Mori, she's selling an idea. Okay, so why Google would actually rank her better than Etsy that sells also Memento Mori t-shirts? Because between her and Etsy, she has more information about Memento Mori. So if Google were to rank her better, it would be based on that information, not on the information on the t-shirt. Okay.
So she has a better opportunity.
She has a better opportunity to
knowing this information. What if it was something that, let's say that was a brand. Somebody just has their own brand that is not something that is a popular word, like Memento Mori is a popular word. What if it was, just like a streetwear brand? How would that work?
All right.
Or a funny mug, or a funny coffee mug.
Okay.
With many topics.
Let me go back to my presentation. Okay. Yeah. Keywords basically is everything that people search on Google. Okay. But keywords, we call them keywords because they're the key. They're the key word for your page. Okay. That's what the website is going to rank for. Okay. So at the moment that somebody's doing a search on Google, that's the keyword. And these are the results, right? And everybody is aware of that because we do this probably 20 times a day, right? But then how Google would rank you is based on the usefulness or the relevance of your page to this keyword, okay? So, give me one second. So there are broad keywords or long tail keywords. The broad keyword in this particular example would be Memento Mori, okay? Which is very broad. It's like almost, and let me take another example. It's like cars, okay? That's a very broad keyword, okay? Because cars entails Jesus, and you can see how many pages are that talk about cars, okay? But what about cars, Mercedes, right? Or cars, yeah, Mercedes-Benz, okay? Coral Springs. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I went from cars, which is broad, to very long tail keyword, which is very specific, okay? And so when I look at how many pages actually talk about this, now I'm competing against 93 pages. My chances just went up tremendously to outrank 93 pages versus 83 trillion pages.
So type in funny coffee mugs. I'm going to see how that would work.
You see, and even though it tells you for moms, for adults, for dad, Amazon for guys, so this would be even a more specific search, right? Which is less competition, even though you're trying to outrank 8 million pages, right? But if I just put coffee mugs or funny coffee mugs, which is a broader term, is 52 million pages.
Wow. Okay.
So this goes back to the original idea. Being clear is everything. Because if you're not clear of what you sell, you are gonna be facing much, much, much competition. Imagine if you just put, oh yeah, my website is about mugs. Okay, yes, that is what it's about, but then you're competing against 768 million pages.
Right.
So what is it specifically that you sell?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you're gonna get most likely found by.
Right, right.
Okay,
Right.
and make your website only about that thing, because otherwise Google would give you less ranking potential if you try to make it about everything else.
So for example, like, so Gum has her coffee mugs, and she also, we're working on another site for dog apparel. So she wouldn't, it's kind of cool that she can have two stores. So one focuses on one topic and another focuses on another topic. So you guys have that ability also to have more than one store if you're going to have more than one topic, and that sounds like it's a good idea to do. It's more work. I mean, I know that, this does take a lot. This takes work. It takes work. It takes thought. It takes.
Wow, but that's why you can make money.
This is why we're all here. So it may not be the sexiest part of having the store, but it is, it is work that has to be done to achieve your success.
And here's like what I always give, right, as an example is, you have a store that focuses on shoes, right? So, and you search for shoes, right? Just like what we did is shoes. Sorry. Shoes, right? Now I'm faced with, I don't even know what number is that. Billion, trillion,
right,
whatever.
Gazillion?
Gazillion,
Lots.
right? But,
a lot.
and here's another number. Okay, this is how many times that gets searched online.
Ooh.
Okay, a month. That's the average of 12 months, is the average of 12 months searches, okay? And this is the average of how much people pay for it, which is always actually pretty low. That's like the best optimized ad would pay for that. Most people pay 10 times that, but just to have an idea. But then if I want to do red shoes.
Is that in regular Google? Because I don't think I've seen that before. Are you in?
I have like 4 different programs running with Google.
Okay, but what is, okay, so.
Okay, red leather shoes, but. Okay, and you see how I'm building my
scaling it down, right?
Yeah, now I'm to 1,600 people, but now I'm more specific. Okay, so.
Let's ask for questions.
Okay, give me 1 second. So the search volume is one thing that you also can see to see how competitive a keyword is. So the search volume is this number, how many estimated search volume, which is the average of the last 12 months of searches. Okay, and this number is given by Google. Okay, and I'm in the next slide or the next one, I'm going to give you a tool that is going to give you that, because just like Meryl says, how are you going to find out? Well, I'm going to tell you how. Okay, and the competition is very simple. For me, the only thing that I care is how many pages are ranking, or how many pages are within the Google index. And I take a look at this number, and this number is on Google, so anybody can take a look at it. Okay, so the next one would be understanding all of it. Okay, so there's one tool that is free that you can use, right? Because I'm trying to give you useful, actionable information, not just give you like a gazillion tools to use, which is Uber Suggests. Okay, and the website is by Neil Patel, which is one of the gurus on SEO, right? And this is very simple because you can enter a domain, you can enter your website or a keyword on this particular, which is the first thing that you're going to see. And you see how everything is clear, right? You will suggest one more traffic, you will suggest shows you. So here, let's put, what do you want to search for? No.
Let's do make our school safe.
No, that's not.
No? Okay, okay, let's do apparel brands.
Make our school.
Make our school safe. Okay.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be the main keyword would be a school safety.
Okay, so okay, school safety. Okay.
Right.
Okay, school safety.
So this.
You got to put an S at the end of schools. It just says school.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna find this as a keyword.
Okay. What, school safety?
Yeah, school safety will.
Okay, school safety. Okay.
No. And you can register for free. Okay, so here's the thing. 260 people search for school safety, right? The SEO difficulty is easy. And this difficulty, you know, is estimated through competition, organic search, and the harder numbers are more competitive, you know. Paid difficulty is how many people are placing ads, and this is taking into consideration all the ads that show under this keyword, and then the average cost per click, okay? And that's what I'm putting here, right? So if I were to take a look at this particular keyword, right? I would say, 260 people a month. It might not be a whole lot, right? But then, how about gun control, right? Oh, and if you have the free account, the free thing, it's going to give you an X amount of searches, I think. So this one is a much better, a much broader term. So you would have to find something, you know, there's something in between that you can focus on that has, because many times over, I see people creating websites and content and whole strategies on something that no one really searches.
Where do they see the words to use?
Sure. Okay. So.
Oh, there's the words. Okay.
Okay.
So these are words that should be used in your blog.
But then each individual one has their own metrics. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you're in the state of Virginia, you can use this because it has 2,700 searches a month, right? But what about for our uncontrolled Florida?
Huh?
Right?
I'm okay.
The searches that has. So for like make schools safe again, I would select, okay, well, it doesn't have searches, okay? Wow. So good thing we checked. Let me see, schools, gun control. Or maybe schools gun control. Oh, I reached my daily limit.
Okay. All right, next topic. Okay. So
but you see how you're building and you're researching the best keyword, because one thing is what I think, another thing is what the information tells me. So I thought that gun control Florida would give me a good keyword. It wasn't, because it doesn't have any searches a month, right? So I would have to keep on looking, okay? So here, right? So like this one, teen health, 4,000. Healthy lunch for teenagers athletes, it has 170. It's a lot easier to rank for the long tail keyword than is for the broad keywords. I wanna know if anybody has questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Roberto or any comments? Or you can always ask later or call us afterwards or call Roberto.
Okay.
And talk.
So, and this is, everything comes down to this, okay? Broad keywords, long tail keywords, right? Perspective, it's very important. The difficulty, you're gonna go against a lot more websites that are trying to rank for the same, right? So the more specific, it just gives you a better chance, okay? And that's why I started this whole presentation with be extremely specific, because then that shows Google that you are clear on your message. It shows on the relevance of your website, and it gives you the chance to be in front of the people that are searching for that specifically.
And it's not automatic just because you
right.
audit. That's another thing. Everybody wants it's a hit right away, and if they don't get the traction, then they think that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. But it takes a while, and it's consistency, and it's all about what Google determines what's relevant, and you just have to keep on, and don't take stuff out, just keep adding. So don't take words out of your blog because you think that it's not important. Just do another blog or write something else. So all right, so it's already after 12. I know that Roberto has more to talk about, but we can.
I'm gonna give you access to this, okay, and you can actually share it with the people in the class.
Okay.
So at the end, I'm adding this, which is the steps that you should follow in order to find your keywords.
Okay.
And that's the homework, because if anybody in the room today would go and do the homework, and I actually gonna give you access to this to a template that I'm creating for you guys, okay? And you can do the research and find keywords that you think that will work. Then next class, next month, I can go and help you create a liable, a good keyword content strategy for that. Because obviously, this is not about trying to give you more information that you can find online, because there's, like I said, there's a trillion videos that talk about SEO, keyword research, and all that. But it's giving you the tools. And since we don't have 100 people on this webinar, right, on this Zoom, we have a handful of very specific individuals that want to implement this on their websites and increase their business. So taking that, I can actually almost personalize the help that I can give you, but only if you do the homework, and then next month I can help you with that. And then in the next following months, you're gonna see the results. And we can actually do that month to month to month. And then you're gonna see the process, you're gonna be part of it, and you're gonna see how it's gonna change the traffic that you're gonna get to your website.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Roberto. Yay, right. Roberto.
Wonderful.
Okay, so now we're going to go into the stores, and I'm going to show you about making things and changing things and adding artwork and the creative stuff. So, all right. So I'm the host now. So let's see. All right.
And I'm going to be my safe.
Mute myself. Okay. All right. Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Okay. All right. So let me share the screen here. And Stephanie, is it okay if we use your store? Okay. All right. Let me go in here. Share. Okay. So how do I get back over here? I gotta move myself over here. All right, we're gonna go into Stephanie's store. Now, everybody, I have to say this because I just kind of have to say it. Wait, why is it not letting me manage the store? There it goes, going slowly. Okay, the way you log into your store is you go to your store. You don't go to Make a Tea online, you go to your store. It's important to know that. So when you log into your store, you have your credentials and you have your username and your password. This is the back end of Stephanie's Uniquely Steph store. This is what it looks like from the front end of her store. Okay. She has her name up here. This is a logo that she designed that we uploaded. Some of you just have a word up there, and that's okay. It could be a word or it could be a logo. And another thing with her store is she's got this SSL certificate here so that it's safe. So when people are making a purchase, it's safe. So if you have a store and you don't have that SSL certificate, let me know so that we can add that SSL certificate, that safety feature. These up here on her menu bar, this is the menu bar, and these are her topics. So she can add topics, or she can change topics, or she can take away topics. Okay, everybody see this. Then you have this where it says, edit this page. Let me go back to the back end first. Okay, so the back end of her store is back here. Okay, and we started to briefly go over this last time. You have your dashboard, which it shows your sales, it shows your orders, your all-time, your commission structure, and here is your edit the website, your website pages. If any of you are super smart, you can do your own custom CSS and custom HTML. This is a feature which is really important. This is if you make a mistake, you can click on previously published. So we've made mistakes before where we've added something and we were like, oops, we published it. This actually shows the different versions. Steffi's had 53 versions of her store. And you can go back to restore your previously published stores. Okay, I'm not clicking on any of those though. These are your price settings. I want people to mark up everything 44%. I want to start at that. I know that one Gum and I talked about making her prices a certain price. So here where we would drop it to the 0.99. If you want something for $19.99, $20.99, $25.99, this is where you put that. And then the products will round up to that price of how they display. And you have your volume discounts. And you have your different categories, and here is a standard markup, and there's the retail markup. So you can kind of see all your products in here, and you can see what is in the back end of your, what is showing on your store. Okay, then we have the store design. So the store designs, this is the artwork that goes onto your products. So for Stephanie, she designed these. For Janet, she painted hers. For Lori, she created hers.
Wait, Mom, can I interrupt you for
Gum,
a second?
Hers are a lot of wording, so it wouldn't necessarily be artwork. It would be wording added to a product.
Mom, let me interrupt you for one quick second.
Stephanie has a question?
Yeah. No.
Wait.
I just want to point out that.
Wait, she cannot hear you.
Wait, I can't hear you, Steph. Okay, wait.
Go to your volume.
Yeah, I gotta move this. Okay.
Your...
Okay, go ahead, Steph.
I just want to point out that if you look at some of my designs, some say next to where the category is, they say vector or raster. So if you have designs that you would like for the customer to be able to change the color of the design, then we need to know that because we have to upload it as a specific way. So if you see the hearts, they are all black. Well, when the customer picks that garment with that heart on it, they're actually able to change the color of that image. So they can change it either if it's going on a black shirt to all white, or let's say pink, or
this one. You're saying this one's simply the best. They can change the color of that one.
Change the color of that one, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
okay.
if you look at like the turkey, or no, what is it? No, actually. Wait, which one is it? They should be able to change the colors of that.
Well, let me go into the front end and show them. So it's
Okay.
according to how these designs are uploaded. What Steffi's saying is according to how the designs are uploaded or initially created on what the customer can do. So let me go to viewing the site. We're going to view her site here. And I'm just going to pick a category here. That's funny. Okay, so
I know the curvy girls cuddle better. That one you can definitely change the
okay,
color.
well that was a vector that you uploaded. Okay, so the difference between a vector, okay, so here's the site. You can change the shirt color, and then you go to customize design, which
if you go back,
which allows, let's say the customer, let's say you pick a red shirt. Somebody wants to buy a red shirt, and it's going to be hard to see the red on there. You click on the design and you can change this to blue. Okay,
Mom,
so that was a vector that was added on there, that one.
Go back even one. Go back to where you hit customize design.
Okay. Okay.
Scroll up a little bit. You can see underneath the price, it has the colors there. So you can actually change the colors there too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to see it on the white, but yeah. Okay. So, right. So you can see it there. Okay. All right. So that's actually a super cool thing to be able to do for a lot of the stores. Unless you have a static image. So let me go back to another image that Steffi was talking about, which would be this one, the heart one. Okay, I don't think you can change the color of this one because this was added as a raster image.
I think I have to go in and fix those because those were supposed to be uploaded the other way.
Okay.
I think that's what we were having that issue with.
Okay, so this design is, the way the design is made, it's made to have the ability to do it, whereas this design right here probably wouldn't, because you have all these halftones and shades. This with the football, you would be able to change, could be, everything is the way the artwork is designed initially, what your opportunities are for the back end. Okay. All right. So here are our store designs. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a design and I'm actually going to add it. And I'm going to show you what we do. So this is what we do. Okay. We use different graphic programs that we create our designs in. Some of you may have those programs. Some of you may not have those programs. And some of you may use another program called Canva, which is an amazing program, which is free. You can have a paid Canva, which gives you other options, gives you, obviously when you pay for something, you get more. So it gives you a little bit more that you can do with it. So this, we use Corel Draw. We're old school, and it's a program that allows us to do vector, and it allows us to do a lot. We also use Illustrator and Photoshop, but with Photoshop graphics, it's a little bit different, even though Photoshop is a wonderful tool that artists use all the time, but you can't break apart the colors so easily. Okay, so here's this Apparel Masterminds.
Right there. So you have to keep in mind with Photoshop, it is literally that they are photos. So you cannot make vector images in Photoshop.
Right, right. And a lot of people will give us artwork that they've created in Photoshop and not understand that, but that's a whole nother topic. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so Apparel Masterminds, this is a logo that Steffi created. And you see that we had a bunch of different variations on it. And we're able to break this apart. So we create it so that we can change it. If I can change it in our graphics program, I'm going to upload this so that the customer can change this. So whether it says Apparel Masterminds or it says, this cup is just for coffee or vodka or whatever, anything you want to say, any words are always good to be able to create into a spot color. And if you think of spot color, where you can actually spot the color, where I see that that's pink and that's black, and that would be spot color, as opposed to creating this and making it into something that would be, oh my goodness, I could probably do it here real fast. Let me see, like something that has halftones in it, and shades, and something kind of funky and creative, which looks great, but we can't break those apart. Okay, there's too many colors in there to break apart. This has 2 colors. We can break apart these 2 colors. So I'm going to make this black again. And I'm going to take this image here. I'm going to export it. And I'm going to export it as a PDF. Check my PDF settings here. And I'm just going to check and make sure that I don't have extra stuff on here, no crop marks, no registration marks. And I'm just actually exporting that one image, that one selection.
Mom, we just see the back end of my site. We don't see your corral.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for telling me now. Okay. All right. So
I was yelling at Google. So
okay. Okay. How do I, Roberto, how do I let them see this?
Put new share.
Uh-huh.
And then select just the screen, that screen.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now you guys see the corral now?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what I was going over is that we created this Apparel Masterminds in this lettering. So this is what I'm showing you, and we can break all of this apart. This one right here is a little bit more complex, but we would still have to break this whole thing apart. Okay. So I took this Apparel Masterminds and I can make it pink. I can make it black. And what I was saying before with the halftone part of it is that if we created it and it had, like say this type of an image in here, that's not something that we would be able to upload to the site that you could change the colors of. So that would stay the same, which is kind of a cool effect. But it's just something that your customer couldn't change the colors. We could change the colors before we upload it, but on the site, like we were showing Stephanie's, how you could change the colors of the wording, we couldn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. Okay, I'm going to take this Apparel Masterminds and I'm going to export it again. I'm exporting it because I'm going to upload this. I'm going to upload this as a PDF file. Okay, I'm making sure that I'm just selecting that and that there's no crop marks. I'm not doing it for press purposes. Okay, let me go back to Steffi's store here. Okay, where's her store? Here? Oh, where's her store? Okay, this is Steffi's store. Okay, can you see the store now?
No, now we can.
Okay, you can see the store now? Okay, so now I'm going to upload a design. Now this is what you guys can do. So you guys can scan in your artwork, you can create something in Canva, you can design in any format you want, but to upload the designs, they have to be, let's see, upload design. Okay, why am I not, am I not here? Wait. Okay, add this, I'm choosing the file. Now there's certain file types that you can use, and you can definitely use a PDF file. You can upload a JPEG, but I'm doing this PDF because we want the customer to be able to change the color. Okay, I have copyright permission to use this image. This is really important. So we're not gonna add something that's going to have a Disney logo and get in trouble, like Etsy. Okay, description. And then you have your category. So in your back end of your store, you create different categories for your artwork. So it's easy to find your artwork. So here, we're just going to put this under funny stuff. See, these are Steffi's different categories. She has Williams syndrome, funny stuff, holiday schmoliday, little nuggets, and the sports. Okay, so we're just going to put it under, we'll put it under funny.
Nuggets for the sports, please.
Put under sports?
Yeah, one of those two, because those have the least amount of images.
Okay. Customer can use as decoration. Customer can change image colors. And this is to display the colors. So we had Spencer from the Yazzer store. He was saying that he uploaded some of his artwork and it was black and he couldn't see it because the background was black. Well, here you can always change it to white, black, or automatic. Okay, so we're going to save this artwork in here now. And this is all stuff that you guys can do. Once you do it, actually, it's very, very easy to do. And that's another homework thing for you to do. You can add something, and if you have a problem with it, you can call me, we can take it out, or you can delete it. So anything that you do, you can undo. Maybe not for everything in the world, but on this you can. Okay, so it's converting the vector. And now the image is up here. Okay, so the image is up there. So now we're going to go to the front end of Steffi's store. Okay, and we're going to, let's see, we're going to get her product. So here's just some favorites. I don't know if you just have regular stuff on there. I'm just going to take this shirt. So a lot of you just have blank items, and you can go in here, you can customize a design. And I'm going to delete this design here. Yes. And I'm going to add a design. Up here where it says add design, click here to add design. It said add design. And here's her store graphics. And here's the Apparel Masterminds logo. And you see it's black. Okay, so actually it came in two colors. So here on the left-hand side, I can go and I can change that. And I can change this color here. Okay, so does everybody see how that's working? So you can do this in your store. Now, the way I just showed you is not really the way that you would add it, but I just wanted to show you what happens if they do it. So let me go back into this store here. We'll go back into Steffi's store. And go back again here. Oh, here, back here. Okay, so now we have this image. Now, she's added this artwork, all this artwork here. The next tab here is called decorated products. So this is what most of you have in your store. You have decorated products. And this is where you create the products that the people are buying. So under here, you would click create decorated products. And we're going to pick everybody's favorite shirt. You have all your stuff here, anything here that's in your store, your coffee mugs, your t-shirts, your hoodies. I'm going to pick this, everybody's favorite t-shirt. Oops, wait. My screen here, I'm like looking at two screens here. So let me go back here. Okay, everybody's favorite t-shirt. Save and continue. And here's a t-shirt. So I'm going to make the Apparel Mastermind shirt here. We're going to add the graphic. The first one here is for the graphics that we're going to do the no minimums on. And then the other one is for screen printing, which would be over 36 pieces. Select the graphic and I position it where we like on the shirt. We have the option here to make it larger, smaller, put it where we have this box here, 3 inches down from the collar. Sometimes on the website, it looks a little bit different. So I kind of position it where visually it looks good. We always will print it in the correct position. And then you can change the color here. And we can change the color here. And if we want to show this item and have this item for sale the way it is, this is all you do. You're decorating this, you're designing this yourself. These are the different colors that this shirt is available in for us to be able to get. So you have the option to have any color you want or just to have specific colors. So let's choose this sport gray. And then you hit save and continue.
Excuse me. How would I take the blue and the red out on the colors on the previous stuff?
Okay. So Roberto has a very good question here. In this design that we created a design with red and blue. So you don't want to show a red shirt or a blue shirt. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So here, I'm going to show you how to do that. So we're going to call this Apparel Masterminds. And then this is where you write your information. This is where you have the opportunity to put your keywords, your why people would search for this type of a shirt. So a lot of you have gone on Google, I'm sure, and you typed in t-shirts for bachelor parties. And this is where you would have these words, this information, where, let's say for Make Our School Safe, you would put Make Our School Safe and school safety and have a blurb about this particular item that will be a keyword for this item. This is one of the places where you would do that. Here's your category. We're going to put it into sports. Allow users to customize. So if I'm an artist like Janet, I don't want someone to customize a design. I want to just have my artwork on the shirt. So she would click, don't allow users to customize. She doesn't want them to move it. She doesn't want them to change it. It's her artwork. Okay. But this one, we want to allow the users to customize it. Save and continue. This is where you pick the colors. So we created the design on this ash color shirt, and we don't want to give it to them on a red shirt or a blue shirt because that looks dumb. So you unclick all colors and you can deselect the red shirt, which is right here. Any red shirt, any blue shirt. You know, maybe there's a color of blue that you like that would look okay on. So maybe we'll keep certain colors on here. But here I unclick the maybe this purple color shirt it won't look good on. Here's another blue shirt. Click up this dark blue. And then that artwork would not appear. You would not appear with those colors. So the customer isn't going to get confused and think that there's something wrong. Continue. Now here is where the default pricing. So this is our wholesale. This is what we would get for one shirt. And this is what you're going to sell it at. And this is what you get for the shirt. Now you can change that, unclick that. And let's say we want to sell it for $25. Then you make more money, which is cool. And there's the breakdown, and you can see what all of this is here, right here. You see what the commissions are. So the commission on that would be 52%, 52.72%. The software automatically takes a percentage, 1% for the plan that I have now. That's out of my hands. And of course, you know, the cost of the software and the credit card fees and all that stuff, you know, that's on us. So you will get your commission on that shirt. Save. That's for one shirt. Okay. So now that shirt is in her store. It was, let's view it. I always like to view things before we let it out there. And now here it is, Apparel Masterminds. Somebody can buy it. They can change the color. If they have the knowledge, they would go into customized design if they want to. If they want to make it bigger, they can make it bigger. If they want to put it on the side, I know some people on this call like funny positions for their shirts. You know who you are. And if that's how you want it, then that's fine. And it's the same price, and there's your shirt. So that kind of looks cool. I know I would wear that. I think I want to make one for myself.
Design.
Nice.
And Steffi, you'll get the commission on it.
Fulton really liked it. He was like this.
Okay.
Meryl, I have a question.
I like that.
That's making a statement. Okay. All right. So oops.
Somebody had a question.
Oh, somebody had a question? Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, who has a question?
I do. It's Amy with Heal the Planet.
Hi.
Hi. So when somebody orders online, how long does it take for you guys to print it, ship it, and for them to receive it?
Okay, wait, let me turn this up a little bit here. Okay, so when the orders come in, it depends on what day of the week the orders come in. We typically have on the website 5 to 7 working days for production. So the orders come in, and that next day we gather all the orders together and we group and order the blank garments. Right now, because of COVID, some of the blank garments are coming in from out of state. Not everything is in Florida, coming in Florida. We buy from warehouses in Pompano, Orlando, and Jacksonville in Florida. And we buy from, and then these suppliers of ours, they have warehouses also in Georgia, Texas, Chicago, Pennsylvania, California, I think in Seattle. There's a lot of different suppliers all around the country that have certain warehouses. So the apparel that we buy in Florida mostly is the Gildan brand, the Next Level brand, the Bella Canvas brand, from Sanmar, which is Port and Company. They're out of Jacksonville. Sport Tech, Port and Company, but sometimes some colors may be, like right now we have a hard time getting men's black 2X t-shirts. So we're getting them, I think, mostly out of Texas, but we do our ordering once a day. We buy shirts every day, and whatever we can get as soon as we can get them. So to answer your question simply, we say 5 to 7 working days, because then once it comes into us, then we put it into our production schedule. So we have, we have orders that come in from all the stores, and we just try to do everything as I guess, most productive as we can, where we're printing one day, or we're doing vinyl the next day, or we're doing sublimation another day. So we try to just put everything in a production schedule that flows easily. So does that answer the question?
Yeah, and then does each store have their own shipping options? Like if you want to offer like overnight versus ground or that kind of thing?
Yeah, so the customer who makes the purchase, they choose the shipping. So if they're in Florida, then they have an option to pick up in the store. And and that all goes when they register for the account, that's why we, bless you. That's why we tell them to register for a free account, because the software will know what their address is and what shipping options are available to them. The shipping is all hooked up in the back end. It goes directly to the post office, FedEx, and UPS for the cost and the weight. We have all the weight of the products in the back end, so we know if they buy 2 t-shirts what the weight is going to be. And then wait, what was the rest of the question? I was starting to talk about that, but
No,
yes,
basically
they can
if they
choose
have the
overnight
option
if they
to
want,
select.
but they're not getting it when they place the order. Some people will choose 3-day thinking that they're going to get it in 3 days, and that's 3 days after the production. That would be overnight shipping after the production.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so that's kind of important. That's one thing we need to school our customers about, that it is, and it will tell them on their order form when they're going to get it. So
it says it in the shipping part too. It will say after production how many days for shipping, and on their order form in the upper right hand corner it will say the ship ID. Now each product we go through, or actually I'm the one that goes through and checks the products where they're located, and I do that fairly often to make sure that we're getting the stock, because like let's say for blankets that we do, well, they're taking a little bit longer right now. So right now they're at 15 days production. So I can go in and manually change that specific product. So some products, like my mom was saying, they come from other parts of the country. So it does take a couple days longer to get them in. So we are able to go in and change that for them, for those products.
Sometimes people have an event that they're doing. For example, this week we were working on this Live Like Laura event, and we had local orders and we have orders all around the country. So we made a big effort to make sure that the orders that were local, that the people were able to come here and pick them up before their event, which was actually while we're having this class today. There's a big event going on, and so if there's something that's a special event or something that somebody really needs, we of course go that extra mile to make sure that they get their item when they need it. So your customers can always call you or call us and ask us. They could put it in the notes, they need this for a birthday or they need this for this weekend. We don't like to rush orders, because if there's a mistake on it, then we can't fix it so in time. So it's better to kind of set the expectation for the customer in the very beginning and tell them that it is 5 to 7 working days. Around the holiday time, we get backed up as everybody else does. And then also right now, because of COVID, and I don't want to blame everything on COVID, but because of COVID, shipping is really wacky. So we were expected to get gold foil in for this big project on Friday. We ordered it on Monday. We thought it's coming in, but it didn't. So we had some problems. So, okay, all right. Anybody? How come I don't see who has a question here?
I have a question.
Okay.
This is unrelated, but similar to what you were doing with the store. So I noticed in the store, I think you guys helped do this. If you click on one of the designs, rather not hover, but just click on it, it goes to, I guess, some merchandise, and it shows the design on there. Is there a way to customize what shows up there when they click on the design? Because it comes up with like white or, and it's just kind of blah. So I'd like to customize those. I've already done pre-designs, like you showed a minute ago.
Uh-huh.
But if they click on it, I'd like it to go to some other color rather than
you want us to go to a different product? Is that what you're saying?
Or a different color even of the product. Yeah.
A different color product?
Yeah, or different product.
Yeah, it pops up on mostly the product that when we have the products in our back end, the product that shows is the product that it will come up on first. So you're saying that something comes up on like a white shirt and you want it to come up on a different color shirt?
Yeah, or maybe a different shirt. Yeah.
Okay, so we actually could change that. And if we change that, it changes throughout the whole system. So for example, let me go into your store and I'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, so let me go back in here.
You can also customize what products are on your site. So the blank products, we can customize. So like, let's say you didn't want, a men's V-neck shirt. We can take that off of your site so that that's not on there.
Right now, I don't really care so much about that at the moment. I may change my mind.
But yeah, if we change, I understand what she's saying, Mom. So we would have to, when we go in and do the products, for the default color that pops up.
Well, but I think that Janet has her designs. She doesn't have decorated products. She has designs.
Well, I do have decorated products as well. If you go to the front of the store, then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. So here's Janet's store. Okay. So here's the design. Is this what you're talking about when you click on this design?
Yes.
Okay. It will automatically come up with the first 10 products that we created a category called the most popular products, because I wanted a variety when you would click on the design that it would come up on these products. So what you're saying is you don't want it to show on this white shirt?
Yeah, well, I would like to just customize what shows up. Is that possible?
If it is universal in all the stores. So I would have to go back, but if everybody agrees to that, then I would change that. So I have it on the, okay, so here I have it on the white shirt. So in our back end of all of our products, and we have maybe like, I don't know, like thousands of products in the back end. And I would have to go into here. Wait, I'll show you.
Well, I don't want to change it for everybody. I thought it was like just customizable for my.
Well, it's not a bad idea to have something on a neutral color shirt, because if it's on a neutral color shirt, then you can see mostly every design. So for example, that was this unisex Bella shirt. I believe that's what it was. I'd have to go back and look. Steffi, was it the unisex short sleeve shirt? And here is the colors. So I have that default.
Also the Bella, yeah. So
the Bella. I have that default on.
Yeah, you have it as a white shirt.
White shirt. Okay. So if I change this to let's say a silver shirt. Okay. Taking a while here. You see it's, can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
What I'm doing? Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go to your store. Okay, and I'm going to click on it. You guys can see Janet's store, right?
Yes.
Okay. And it should, oh wait, it's still doing it. Okay, so, okay, now it's on a gray shirt.
Gotcha.
You see that?
Yeah. That's okay then. I mean, I was just thinking that if it was for each site, but I don't want you to go and change anything.
Okay, but that's okay. I mean, if you see something that looks funny, I want people to tell me, because we have so many products, and you know, I want the feedback, because I want to make your experience good. I want to make everybody's experience good. And if there's something that you see, then, you know, maybe other people see it too, but your customer might see it and we don't know about it. So it's okay. It's always good to ask questions. If we can. And if not, then I'll say, you know, I don't think that's a good idea, but you can say it is a good idea. So, okay. So now we're in Janet's store. So let's talk about the back end of Janet's store. Okay, she has the same thing. She's got edit website, the price settings, the store designs, and hers are store designs because she's an artist and she uploads her designs. Her designs you can't change the color. They all have a frame around them, which is what her artwork is. And she can upload a design, goes to upload design, add design. And once she adds that design is in her store. So the customer, because the way her front end of the website was set up, it will automatically pop up and show in her store front end. On her decorated products, these were products that she chose. And she wants a mask, she wants a hat, she wants a bag. It's always good to have both, a little bit of both, have the store designs and have decorated products, because decorated products already people click on it, they buy it. They click on it, they buy it. They can make some changes to it if you want. They can change the color of the hat. Let's see. So here, can't change the color of her design, but you can change the color of her hat. And bingo, they add to cart. They buy it. We can take this customized design off, and we would just have, we have to kind of like work, you know, work with each store individually. So if you see things on your store, you tell us and we can fix it. If you don't tell us, then we may not know. Okay, so
I think the customized design button, when you're designing, it gives you the option when you do the decorated product that that it is uncustomizable, which then makes it so that they can just change the shirt color, but nothing about the image.
right, right. So if we go back into, so let's go back to this hat. Oh, wait. Let me go back to, where's the back end here? I'll close this out. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just do it this way. It's easier for me to go back this way. Okay, so I'm going into her decorated products and I'm clicking on the hat. I'm going to reconfigure it. Now see all this area here, this is where you should be typing words, keywords, or work with us and we can add those words for you.
That was helpful, by the way. Thank you for that SEO discussion.
All right, let me go back into configure again. Okay, yeah, trying to get this, the Zoom information. Okay, I'm unclicking allow customize here. Okay, so now we're going to save it. Decorated product was updated. We're going to view the site. Oops. Here's the decorated product. So now, oops, right. Now it's just, you can change the color of the hat, like Steffi was saying, and then they add to cart. It makes it, it's a simpler step for a customer to make a purchase. You want to have as few steps as possible for customers to make purchases. They just want, people want to just click it and buy it. So if they're not going to change the wording or not change the copy, then this is the best option to not have it customizable where they just add it to the cart. Of course, they can, you know, they can choose what color hat that they want. Okay. All right. So we're in Janet's store here. So decorated, does everybody understand how you add the decorated products?
Yes.
Or does anybody have any questions about adding decorated products? Okay. All right. Nobody's asking questions, right? Okay. Okay. Good. Everybody's listening. I hope you're all taking notes. Okay. So here you have your orders. And this shows that Janet placed an order. Janet needs more customers. Okay, that's why Janet's here. She's learning. Okay. And oh, we have to let Lori in. Oh, how do I wait 1 second?
Participants.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Wonderful.
Okay. Okay. All right, Lori, you in? Sorry, I don't know if you were out for a long time. Okay. All right. So here, okay. So here we have her orders, and I'm going to go to another store. I'm going to show you something that has more orders. Sorry, Janet. I'm going to go to another store here.
Don't be sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let's go to, oops. Let's go back to to Steffi's store here. Wait a second. Websites.
And I have to jump off.
You have to leave?
Yeah, I gotta jump off.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll get the recording. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Bye, Janet. Okay. So here is Steffi's store. And we're going to go into orders. Okay. So here you have, can everybody see this? Can you see the back end of Steffi's store? Yes. Okay. All right. So here are all the people that have ordered from Steffi's store. So she has a list here of all the names of all the people, everything that's been shipped, and her commissions. She can export the orders. If you click on export orders, she can export the list, the data for the list. She can get a Quicken export or this Excel spreadsheet export, and it comes up with all this information and the emails and their addresses, and she can have all this information if she wants to send out any direct mails, or if she wants to contact them. This is all the information. So you get all this information in your back end. So let's say you're going to do a push on something and you need a mailing list. This is a mailing list. Now, also you have, which is a cool thing too, because you're not supposed to send out, like, let's say spam mail or email blast to people that haven't subscribed to you. So here is also her customer list here. You have an advanced search if you want to search for somebody here. Wait, let me go back to the marketing and sales tools. Here you can export your newsletter addresses. So if you're signed up with a mailing house, or like Emma or Constant Contact or MailChimp, this is the people that signed up that agreed to be on your mailing list. And you can do that and not worry that someone's going to, unsubscribe and give you grief for that, which they do. And we actually do our mailers this way as well. And I'm looking into actually another platform than the one we're currently using. So I'm probably going to get some people that are going to overlap and whatnot. But this is your mailing list for your customers, and this is a great tool. And I really want people to use that and utilize that service. Here you can export it, and then you can export this as a list, a spreadsheet, and upload it into your own. I know that MailChimp and Constant Contact, they have a free mailer for a certain name, for a certain amount of names, and try to utilize all the free stuff you can. Okay, so let me go back down this line here. You have your domain settings. So here is the domain settings, and uniquelysteffi.com, uniquelysteffi.mademyshirt. We have the different extensions when we set up the web stores, but you can type in, like for Lori's Memento Mori, she did mementomorilife.com. We were able to do a custom URL for her. Heal the Planet has a custom URL. Make It Tea Online is a custom URL. Or you can have your name and .makeitteaonline, .mademyshirt, .deco-apparel. But here's where I add the SSL certificates, and which makes the the safe shopping. Okay, then
actually,
okay, yeah,
it is required for e-commerce to have SSL certificate. SEO wise, it gives more authority, and Google trusts more e-commerce store that has an SSL certificate because it keeps the transaction secure.
Okay, got that. Okay, so it's important. Okay, we have here, we went over the SEO tools. So this is, you have your Google Analytics, your tracking, your Facebook pixels. We'll talk about the Facebook pixel in the next class. All right, Roberto? Okay, sure. Okay, there's a lot here I know we're going past the 1 o'clock. I'm gonna do another, can everybody stay on for at least another 20 minutes or so, 10 or 20 minutes or so? I'm gonna go over the front end of the store. I'm gonna use Steffi's store again. okay? And this is also what you can do. You can do this, or we can do it. Okay, edit this page. On your upper left-hand side, you see edit page. And this gives you all of the tools to edit your page. So you may not feel comfortable about doing it. You may see something and say, hey, I want to do this. Can you help me? And of course, we will help you. Okay, once you're in here, you're on your different pages. So this is Steffi's homepage. Here's her pictures here where she added pictures. Pick any category or just some of the favorites. These are all words that she added here. She added this word, she added this word, she added this picture here. These are your pages. And this is the home page. See, it says home here. Now down at the bottom here, this says show in menu. So let's just say that she wants to take off that, she doesn't want it to show home. And she unclicks that. And down here at the bottom, she would hit save. And then she would preview it. And now you don't have that homepage up there. So some people like this because they think it's a cleaner look to have less things up here in the menu bar. And if you don't like something that's in your menu bar, or you want to add something like we added Lori's blog on hers. Now I'm not going to publish, or I'm just going to show in menu here. I'm going to click it because I think that's important to have on there. And then I'm going to go to the next one here. When you click on each one, each page comes up here. So this is Colton. This is baby Colton. And this is Steffi's, her Y is right here. This is her Y. And on this page, she put her Williams Syndrome warrior shirts. If she wants to put another category, she could put another category. And this is the decorated product listing. So in the back end where I showed you guys before your decorated products and you had your categories, this was her category, was Williams Syndrome. These are the different categories she has under Williams Syndrome. And that's what shows. So if she changed it to something else, this one, that would be no dis in her ability, no dis in his ability. Those are the ones that show up there. You see it changing. You can see it changing down here. But she's going to have just the main topic, Williams Syndrome there. There are other options if she wants to show the product name below. She has right now, she's showing the product name below. If she wants to show it on the image, she can show the product name on the image, or don't show it. Here, show it below. She can show it above it if she wants to. There it is above it. See, now it's above it. If she wants to show the product code, like what style shirt that is, which is a G5000. If she wants that there, if she doesn't want that there, don't show. Sometimes people want to do that. They want to show the they want to show what style shirt it is, if it's a next level, or if it's a Gildan, or if it's a special shirt, and they want to show it on there. Sometimes people just want to put the shirts in there by the brand. You can have the brand logo if you want. Sometimes people want to show the logo. They want to, push that brand. Now we're on the Gildan board of directors. So decorators, I'm sorry. The board of directors will be next year, right? And so here is the brand. Okay. And you can put the product price there. The product price is on there. And then we can also change colors of things. So the colors of the items. So now I'm getting into more of a more decorating stuff. And that will be another another class, probably the next class, we'll probably just work on the web store. We'll do marketing in the web store, and Roberto will do his SB. We're gonna have to increase the time of these classes. Okay. So anyway, so here are all the different pages. And for SEO purposes, it's important to have a lot of content. This is something it took me a long time to learn. I didn't even understand what that was in the beginning, but I learned about content and adding pages. When you work on these things yourself, it's actually really good because you're learning more about what to do and you're understanding more. So it's not hard to do. It does take time. And this is all part of, you know, what we were talking about in the beginning. If you put effort into it, it will work. If you put effort into anything, if you nurture anything, it will grow. Okay, now we're going to, so that was all the different pages that you could have. Then you go into the design tab here and you have an option to add your logo if you want a logo. So here you see we added, Steffi designed this logo and the logo appears up here. This is how it appears on mobile. And she actually could add something. So, you know, sometimes you got a little icon there when you're on your URL and you see the little icon. And so she doesn't have that on this, but other stores do, and you can add your logo so it appears in the icon box.
Maquette actually has a view, see on the top.
Yeah, this is our little T right here. Right, there's our little T right here. And Anaje will take your site after I'm doing this on the computer. You'll most likely do it on a computer. And then Anaje will take your site and make it look good on mobile. So he does his magic to make it look good on mobile. Okay, so then we have, here's the style editor. This changes the different colors of your site, gives you the option for, you know, any color theme you want. So where we have all the stores basically have a similar layout. Well, you have options for a couple of different layouts, but you have such a tremendous ability to customize the design of it, the look of it, the feel of it. And as you go and you look at all of our other stores, you'll see that they all have their own unique look and feel. Different page options here, which we can get into that. If anybody wants to stop me. Here is where you do your social media links. You add your social media links, which is really important. Steffi has her Instagram account here, and you don't have your Facebook on there, but you can add your Facebook on there if you want. Okay, which you should. Pinterest, we have a Pinterest page also. Okay, and then here's your different widgets. This is where you add your text to the site. You can add, when you guys filled out the form, we did a form, you have a spacer. You can have columns, different columns, your blank product listing, your decorated product listing. This is the stuff that's created in the back end, your blank product categories. And then you have your images. You can upload a video on Make Our School Safe. We have a video of the coffee mug, which is really cool. It's always kind of a neat thing to add some other unique type of graphic to your website. And then here's logos. Here's your social media. Here's your Instagram account where you add your Instagram account. And then your links, your store directory. Here's a countdown. We actually had a countdown on our page for the Apparel Masterminds. Okay, so this is a lot to go into for the design of the store, but I briefly went over that so you see that the possibilities of the stores are so endless. I'm going to go back to our Make a Tea store, and okay, wait a second. Share. Okay, so we just changed up our Make a Tea online store, the look of it, yesterday. And I wanted it to kind of be simpler for people to go to look, to make purchases. So the front end of Steffi's store, the front end of Memento Mori, the front end of Janet's store, they all look different. than this store. Every store looks different. And this is all the same platform. This all the same software, the same abilities, but through graphics and colors, we can make it just look so different and so unique. So here are your stores. We're calling them our stores because this is our site. And here we have the artist alley. So all of these stores look different. But you can see that there's certain things that they do have in common. And these are just great options. So I want to briefly talk about this right here, these pictures that we use. And we use a tool that allows us to be able to put your artwork on these models. And we don't have to have the models live. We don't have to pay for them. We don't have to sit and listen to their problems. we find the models that look best for your product, and we are able to put your designs on them. And these are all very professional, and they look beautiful, and they are they're unlicensed or licensed or whatever you want to call it. Well, we have this this platform that we work with, and it's free to utilize as many as I want a month. So if you guys want social media posts, they're great for social media posts, and we've done little videos, and it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And so I just want to let you guys know that we have this available, and we utilize this a lot for our look. This is all the same type of thing, the same graphic that we get from this service that we utilize. So, okay, does anybody have any questions? Did everybody?
Oh.
Was that a question?
No, I was just saying thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Did everybody get something out of today's lesson, today's class? I mean, I just hope that you know that we are being helpful and useful, and being able to help you build your stores and help you build your marketing. Marketing is the key to getting the stores working, and remember, it is a constant. It is just a constant. So it's just something that we have to always do. So, okay, all right. Lori, are you trying to ask a question, or are you brushing your screen off? Good?
No, me, no.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Roberto, your template was really, really helpful.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll share with you guys the presentation itself. And actually, I wanted to add something. If you get me any keywords ideas that show that you went and did part of the research, the next class, what I'm going to do is going to be mainly a workshop just to help you optimize one page based on the research that you sent prior to the call. Okay. So in the example, I wish that everybody gets more, useful information, actionable information that is useful for everybody, because these stores are very peculiar. They're very different from many other platforms, and they're very specific. There's a lot of information out there, but I think that by doing a workshop showing you on your own store is going to help everybody tremendously. So
everybody will be able to pull up their own store and work on it, right?
And if they see and if they see the video itself, then they can do it, over and over and over for all the pages.
Right. So working on the stores, of course, it takes us time to do everything, and so just please be patient with your requests if you've requested something, and everything takes time to do, but we want to get everything done for everybody. We want to do everything for you. And so, I just want you guys to know that. So if somebody have their hands, this means someone has their hand up. Okay. Oh, Lori, you have your hand up?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm under customers with, I guess I want to know, how do I export the email addresses?
Okay. So let me go to your store.
Mom, I'm going to go make him lunch.
Okay. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Steph.
Bye, Steph.
Hold on. He wants to say bye to you guys.
Goodbye, Bubby.
So cool.
Bye, Colton.
Say bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori. Bye, another Bubby.
Another Bubby.
Bye, Lori. Bye, Beth.
Bye.
Bye, Colton.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so here's make our school safe. Let me go into manage. Can you see me in the back end of your store now? Lori, can you see the back end of your store on the screen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so here is your customers. And okay, wait. Okay, here are your customers, and we want to go, okay, here, okay. Okay, I see. You're saying, how do you download this list here? Okay.
Export it.
How do you export it? Why did I have that tab before and I don't see it now? Okay, let's go into your orders. Okay. Okay. Here you can export your orders, and this orders will give you your list. So exporting your orders, these are all the people that ordered from you. So here is your order summary. And this gives you what their name, their name, their email, their address, their city, their state, and actually what they ordered and what their order number was. Okay, so then you can export this as a CSV export. And here it is right here. And then I can email this to you.
Okay.
Yep.
Here
it is
That's awesome.
right
I just, because I was focusing on the customers, and you went to orders, right?
Went to orders, right?
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I guess you have to look at it as that, this is an ordering platform. So it's going to give you, I see where it should allow you to export the customers. I can export the customers from our business hub, every customer, but this actually, it wants you to just export the people that place the orders. So here, like if you go into your marketing and sales tools and you go to export newsletter addresses, these are, wait, you should have a list here of people that signed up, which they did. I know that they did. I don't know why it's not. Why it's not showing right now. I'll have to look into that. But anyway, so those were all the people that ordered from you, the orders. And you can also see when you do this, you can also view your ordered items. So let's just say that you want to see what are people ordering the most. And we actually used this for sorting our orders out the other day for the Live for Laura event. And we're able to, when you export this, it shows you can get the list and you can put them in order in Excel of, let's say, the colors of shirts, the type of shirts, and you can see how many of these items were ordered. So I'll email you that list that I just downloaded. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions? Nope. I see it. Okay. Okay. I see it's only us four on. Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you, Meryl.
Okay.
Thank you, Meryl.
So much. And we'll put the recording on YouTube. And I'll see you girls later.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Stop sharing. And the meeting.
Where do I do that?
On the bar. Stop sharing.
Oh.
On the bar. Okay. The Zoom bar. Stop sharing. And then end. Right from there. End meeting for all. Oh.
Wait, thanks so much for letting me drop in. I'm Gum's cousin. I've got to jump off now. Okay. Feels extremely insightful. Who wrote that? Oh, Menage. Okay. Good. This was good. This was really good. All right. 5. We did good.
Excellent. And the meeting's well.